the countdown just to make sure. It's you and me and the BTP pre. No, it's not even the pre. It's straight up BTP.
We didn't do pre today.
We did not.
Because life be life and time be short and precious.
It's
just like many people's children.
Except for many people's children are also ugly, which we are not.
I mean, you could still be ugly and precious.
Oh God! Yeah. I almost dropped this bottle.
Let's not do that.
I picked it up. No, I'm not. I'm not about to. Good Lord, I don't want to. That's not how I want to start tonight off.
That's not how we're starting season 5. Throw the rum on the floor.
Well, this isn't rum. This is vodka.
Oh.
I'm all out of rum, and I haven't gone to the store.
Where's the rum going?
Well, I'm all out of Sailor Jerry. I do have rum, but it's like this Captain Morgan apple shit, which is not the greatest.
Apple shit. What kind of vodka you got? Oh, it's apple shit. Well, for those of you that aren't here for that, and for the YouTube algorithm that just said age restricted, which it already is, we mark all of our videos as like not suitable for children.
It is true.
Welcome to the first episode of Black Tower Podcast in our own season 5. This is our season 5, so if you just saw season 5 and clicked on it thinking you're going to get some fancy Wheel of Time season 5 news,
oh yeah, I didn't.
You're either far too early or far too late, or you're just, I don't know. You can claim clickbait, but that's fine. We did say BTP season 5, so
I'll click your bait.
But for those of you that don't know me and have that privilege of not having to have dealt with me for a couple years now, I am Andrew. I am your Bijan Mahale, and I am joined by a fantastic bearded gentleman who is mixing potions.
These are absolutely potions, and I don't know what they do yet. Because here's what happens when, hi, I'm Josh, I'm the Soravan Mahale. This is what happens when the Soravan Mahale runs out of Sailor Jerry. He has to go to the rest of the liquor cabinet and go, this looks fun. And
which should be pretty decently stocked at the moment.
Oh, it is. This is part of the problem. Like, I get ADD paralysis. Like, which one do I want? I don't know.
Yeah. I will sit there and rationalize having a bunch of different stuff as a reason for why I don't need to go and get something, and then I'll just sit there and make do with it.
Yeah.
Like,
so this is
the worst I've ever done is I had tequila and I mixed it with club soda.
Ew.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I did it once, never again.
Have you ever had one of those like party nights where you're super drunk and it's like 4 or 5 in the morning and you're still just drinking and having a great time, but now you're out of alcohol and you've only got like 2 ingredients left, and you try it and you go, wow, that's not too bad. And then you pass out and you wake up with a raging hangover, and then you try and drink that drink later on and you're like, oh my God, this is absolute fermented horse piss. What were we thinking?
I'm pretty sure that's why, like, my first attempt at mead only got to ferment for like 4 weeks.
This is how I know that tequila and Pepsi tastes really horrible together. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Kids. Tonight I'm graced with a little bit of lemon and elderflower vodka, some apple Captain Morgan, some Midori, and Mountain Dew. So let's see how this is.
Very green theme. Should be pretty sweet.
It's awful.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's awful. It's bad.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what?
I mean, probably that elderflower thing is really, elderflower is really strong.
Yeah. It's overpowering a lot of this.
Yeah. you're like ruining any of like the subtle, like nice, smooth sweetness you would have got from the melon Midori. Does it taste like you just drug your tongue through a freshly fertilized garden?
Nom, 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 nom.
Well,
Mm.
I have a growler of Trailblazer from Shortway, the local brewery here that's just down the road.
Nice.
And this is a Vienna lager. So,
Ooh.
vicinity of Newport, North Carolina, over here near Havelock. Go check out
I love it.
and tell them that the Bajan Mahal sent you so they can go, who the hell is that? But you can also generally find me there. I'll go there on Tuesdays before recording, generally speaking, and either get my growlers filled then, if I haven't already. I didn't now because I just found out. Actually, I'm going to try to fill growlers on Sundays now because Sundays are $15 growler fill days.
What?
So, yeah, which even without that, it's still pretty good. You know, it's only like $20 to $23 depending on how popular of a brew it is, because they do distribute to a bunch of local places. But yeah,
Excellent.
no. So clearly we're starting off season 5,
starting strong,
the same way we do every episode, where we spend the first 20 minutes talking about alcohol.
Indeed.
Enjoy
Well,
responsibly.
because we got to talk about our party favors for the night. I mean, you got to know what.
Well, that's what we learned
variation
from
of
Fantasy for the
taint.
Ages. Jim taught us that.
That's right. That's right.
So
now
we
that I
learned
got
from
the
the
full
father.
can of Mountain Dew in there, we're gonna yeet, and we're gonna say welcome to season 5 of the Black Tower Podcast. You know us; we are a Wheel of Time podcast. We like to talk about all things
Sometime.
Wheel of Time. The book,
Kind of.
we like to talk about the books. We like to talk about the TV show, and
No,
we even
just
like
one.
to talk about.
Welcome to the Wheel of Time podcast that only talks about the eye of the world.
We are super exclusive in that we only talk. If you want to know about our Great Hunt podcast, that's coming out in another 5
Imagine,
years.
if you will, a world in which Robert Jordan's first book never caught on. This is the high rule. But yeah.
No, seriously, I'm going to wake up in an alternate dimension one day and I'll be like, well, at least I still got Wheel of Time. And they're going to be like, that shitty book that only got one book that nobody cared about. Damn, dude, that one would hurt my soul.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even. I gotta like do the Sean Chan cross my fingers sign thing so that
the omens. Yeah.
That doesn't happen. I don't know how that works. But we talk about the books. We talk about the TV show, and we even talk about like the fandom culture and the culture around Wheel of Time and conventions and whatnot. But basically, if it's Wheel of Time related, we talk about it. Yeah. And for those of you who are on the new Blue Sky app, be sure to go look us up on there because you know what? We're modern as fuck. And we're everywhere. I could actually log
into that account, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could.
I don't actually have to make one for myself. Look at that. Or, excuse me, I don't have to wait for an invite code or wait for them to go full public or whatever the hell they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever they're
I'm
doing.
not a big social media person myself. Like, I doom scroll and that's about it. Yeah. But, so, for those of you that don't know, just a couple weekends ago, we had our annual celebration of another year of podcasting, of doing this show called The Gathering Madness. And generally either The Gathering Madness or the next episode after marks the end of whatever season we are on and the start of the next. And we like to be confusing. So we ended season 4, which also ended completed our 5th year of doing the show. Because that's not confusing at all. It's not like the season is like our century.
Yes,
you know, like how the 19th century is like the 2000s.
That is well put.
Other way, 1800s. We're inverse. You know what I mean?
It's similar math. Okay, it's calendar math. You get it.
We're to talk Wheel of Time, not do math.
Oh, that's right.
This light's being.
Our first year, instead of being 1, we were 0, and then our second year, instead of being 2, we were 1. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you get it.
Something like that. But let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, if you will. For those of you that already follow us on social media or are in our Discord or whatever, you would have seen recently, we made the announcement that our previous third member is no longer with the show. So the Amin
He's moving
Khan
on.
Mahale Daniel has left the podcast due to creative differences between us. That it wasn't like a knockdown, drag out kind of conversation. This was, we sat down and talked about this for quite a while,
Yeah.
and this was the decision slash resolution slash however you want to think about it that
Yep.
ultimately came out of it at the end. That being said, if Daniel chooses to reveal more information about how all that went, that is entirely his prerogative. As for us, we are not going to say any more than anything that is already public or that he would be public. I'm making it sound really ominous and bad. It's not.
I was about to say,
But-
honestly, look, that's the point is, we did the thing, and wherever he goes, whatever he does in the future, we wish him all the success and happiness. Amin Khan Mahale, may the wind be ever at your back, sir.
Yeah. And that being said, we don't really want to dwell on this, whatever. So we would ask that moving forward, let's focus on the fun stuff we're going to continue to do and keep the podcast going rather than tough times.
Season 5 has a bunch of new exciting prospects coming. We've got some new exciting fun things that we're doing.
You know what that
we've
just
got-
reminded me of? Not the prospects, but quickly on the elephant in the room thing. That also means that anybody that already has any of our chibi stickers and has any of the Amin Khan Mahale stickers, you now have a, for lack of a better phrase, discontinued product from the Black Tower podcast.
That's true. Collector's item, bro.
The chibi stickers are no longer accurate for Black Tower podcast moving forward, and the Amin Khan Mahale stickers won't be sent out.
That's true.
So, you have a piece of BTP history in those stickers. So hopefully you cherish them. I guess, I don't know.
We have a whole tech setup upgrade. So our audio quality during live events is gonna. You know what? Ha! My camera kept going out of focus. I kept being like, "What the hell?" Speaking of hardware, maybe I should turn on my freaking light. Jeez.
Yeah, you should, especially with one of the fucking Elgato lights. It's not like you just pick that up at a yard sale.
I know, right?
Every time I think about it, I'm like, we got a light though. For a light,
we got a hardware update. Fun story. We actually ordered 2 sets of hardware. One went to the wrong house, and the taint was with Andrew that day, and that's fine. But the funny thing is,
convinced that you remember something correctly, only to find out that you've got it horribly wrong. Yeah. Well, not horribly wrong, but one digit off.
Horribly wrong. Because I went to the house to try and see if they had the box still, and this incredibly old woman answers the door, and incredibly old. I don't think she should be walking around the house by herself. And I was trying to ask her. I'm introducing myself. Hi, I'm Josh. I was just wondering if you got a box from for Black Tower LLC. And she's like, I can't hear you, sweetie. And I was like, I'm Josh. I'm sure if anybody was driving by, what they saw was me yelling at a poor old lady, and it did not look great at all. And she kept being like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I finally said, I'll come back later. Is there anybody else home or whatever? And she goes, my daughters will be home soon, and I will tell them you came by for whatever it is you're looking for. That was it. I haven't gone back. I'm like, oh, I need to go back. But damn, if I don't want to have that happen again.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is we have a set of everything.
Yes.
So it'd be one. It's one
That
of those things like, yeah, we'd like to get it back, and sooner rather than later, because kind of like return that, or at least like one significant part of it. The batteries and the charger, like I'm perfectly fine with keeping, especially since I left my rechargeable battery
Mm,
charger in the
yeah,
box with the rest of the stuff. Um, so I either want mine back or I want like this brand new one. I don't really care. Um, keep all the batteries because I don't. Oh, geez, but that will have like what, like 32 batteries or something like that,
oh yeah,
rechargeable
yeah,
batteries.
lots of batteries,
Plenty, which is
lots of
fine.
batteries.
Which actually keeping like the battery charger is a good idea. So we can charge a bunch of
Yeah,
them all at one time.
yeah,
Feel free to use them like if you have rechargeable like stuff that needs double A's throughout the house, so that we can use and drain them and keep them maybe cycling.
got it.
Um, just I don't know, mark them with taint and be like, this belongs to the podcast, and I'm just performing routine maintenance on lithium
Um,
battery. Well, I don't know that they're lithium. They don't say lithium, but they should be lithium batteries if they're rechargeable.
should be. I
But
I
anyway,
trimmed my mustache and I got like one little hair that keeps like poking me. So if I'm like obsessed
yeah.
with my mustache, that's okay. But anyway,
Well,
um,
I went and got a haircut today and got him to trim the beard, and the dude almost went for the mustache, and then he was like, "Wait, we don't take
ooh,
anything off of this, do we?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're not right now," which is funny because this is the guy that normally cuts my hair, and the last time it was a different guy because I was short on time and my normal guy wasn't at the shop, and that guy was the first time I didn't trim the mustache. So my normal guy, I guess, saw that and picked up on it, which I appreciate.
all
But
right.
but
But let's
anyway,
see what else we got. Season 5, we're gonna have a lot more guests. We are
the
going
plan.
to we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to go around the world, baby. We're going to have a lot of fun. We already got plans to be at Jordan Con. We've got excitement there. Uh,
Yep.
Andrew, did I
There's
ever
going to be
convince
more tech
you?
upgrades, which
That's right.
Josh, even you don't know, but there's going to be more. Congratulations, you know now. I have a list. I have a shopping
But
list put
wait,
together.
there's more.
Yeah, to make things
Um,
easier for us.
let's see. We've got. Did I convince you to ride motorcycles to WattCon in July?
I mean, pretty much. That's actually something I just put. Oh, bruh, my fellow motorcycle riders that have had to get new tires or have looked at it will understand the pain. But I just put down the initial deposit for a local shop to order the tires for the bike.
The
Because
the
my front tire.
initial deposit to order.
Well, I mean, so the tires for my
Oh
bike.
damn!
Anybody that doesn't know, I have a 2011 Harley Davidson Street Glide. Um, and the tires for it, both to buy a rear tire and front tire, $507 for two big rubber circles.
All right.
Yeah, I mean the labor's not bad. Basically, everything once all is said and done, it'll be about $700 to put new tires on the bike, which isn't that crazy until like I think to last January. This past January that I got new tires on the car, and it was like $800 to put 4 new tires on the car.
Jeez.
And it's like when you're on a motorcycle, you don't cheap out on tires because you only have two, and you don't have a spare, and they're both absolutely crucial to you not suddenly becoming intimate with the pavement.
That's
Like if a tire blows out on the car, it's still not good, but the chances of you like being okay are pretty
yeah,
high. If you have a tire blowout on the bike, the chances of you not being okay are pretty high.
yeah, that's true.
So, but no, I'll have that. And I'm probably gonna get it because I've got 47,000 miles on the bike. So there's technically 3,000 miles until my next like required service, but I'll probably still kind of get the fluids and everything checked out just to make sure everything's good.
Yeah,
At some point in the future.
that's
But
going to be
yes,
kind of the thing I do
that's a
with
very
mine.
long answer to say yes. Mainly because I also wanted to tell you about the heartache of putting new tires on a motorcycle. If you haven't thought about that already, sir.
Well, my bike is. Keep in mind too. My riding season is just a few months out of the year as well. Like it's already too cold to really ride without really bundling up.
That's what
And
they make
then
leathers
if
for, sir.
Well, which is why I said
Get your
bundling up.
chaps.
But here in a little while, there's going to be snow on the ground, and I would prefer to keep
Put the chains
all
on the
of the
tires.
traction.
Put chains on the tires. It'll be fine.
chains.
Right. No chains on a motorcycle.
And then, of course, rounding
Coming
out
in season 5, Josh put snow chains on his motorcycle
oh
tires.
God, I kind of want to do
As
that.
he
now,
rides around Utah
just for the gag.
shouting, "My husband rides for Tarmangainen." Will he ride alone? We won't go any further into that because I did say no spoilers. So
Yeah, that's right.
it's just
Let's see.
just a good quote. You don't know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
a lot of people get married.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds good. Yeah. And then rounding out the end of the year, Gathering Madness will be back in North Carolina.
Yeah. Got to start looking for venues. It will not be in the city I live in. Oh, and I say city loosely. It is called a city. But it's more like a slightly oversized town. If not even oversized town. But yeah. So we'll be looking at stuff to do. Probably looking more to the Wilmington, North Carolina area, which I went there. Not last weekend before. Did a day trip with the girlfriend out there. Went to see the USS North Carolina, which is the World War II battleship that served in every major Pacific conflict in World War II and survived. It's pretty cool, pretty neat. Go and check it out if you're in the area. Allot yourself like an hour to 2 hours to like walk through the whole thing. It's pretty neat. But there's a ton of like different shops and everything downtown, right off of the Riverwalk. We were walking through to go to a place to eat, which I will definitely not go to again. Because of their fucking attitude and their inability to completely cook chicken. You can't do medium rare chicken. But there was like a bar like every other shop.
Can.
Yeah. There was a bar like every other shop. I stopped by a bookstore and I was really disappointed. I thought I was going to maybe get some of Critter's luck with bookstores, but no old copies of the Wheel of Time. But I did buy a brand new copy paperback of the mass production Eye of the World. Because I have no paperbacks to give out in case somebody wants to borrow one, and I'm not giving them a hardback.
Would you like to hear the word of our Lord and Savior, the Dragon Reborn?
Let me tell you about my dragon.
Speaking about the books, this year we're going to be doing a reread of The Shadow Rising at the very least. It might even go into the next one as well, but right now that's the focus. So if you're following along with our rereads, it's going to be The Shadow Rising. And that's going to start here in just a little bit. So follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky. That's where I'm going to be sending our updates. Probably even our Facebook. You know what? Twitter, Blue Sky, and Facebook. I'm going to just put them on all three. Just boom, boom, boom.
The Forgotten Lands. The blight of the internet, Facebook.
Yeah. But we're still there. Because we're
attention
whores. What about highlights from season 4? What was some of your favorite moments from last year?
I mean, one of the coolest moments was getting the Horn of Valir box.
Oh my god, wasn't that Amazon. So cool?
That was dope.
I still wear that hat like regularly, and the thermos, I drink my coffee out of that every morning now.
Oh, that is my daily coffee mug.
Yep.
And I have the God, I forgot how heavy this thing is. The little desktop fireplace right here. That every time I get stuff from Walmart, I forget to like get isopropyl alcohol to put in it to use it. I got the little journal right over here. So
yeah,
it's got reminders sitting right there. The box is actually behind me, right over there. So my nice conglomerate of random shit.
Yeah, we'll have to like. I gotta find a place to put mine. That's like
I gotta censor that shelf. There we go. that's the waifu shelf.
Is that your? I was about to say, are those your anime tids?
That's where all of my hentai figures are. No. I don't have any of those.
For them Look out for them tentacles.
The tentacles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That was a good one. That was really, really good. And then they did a giveaway on
one of the boxes,
one of the boxes. So everybody was able to enter and get a chance to get a giveaway. That was cool. I will say one of my favorite moments, just the ones that just happened a couple weeks ago, was Gathering Madness. Like, holy crap, that was insane. It was insane. The Gathering Madness was fantastic. Not only did we have super fun at the hotel, the hotel staff was amazing, super accommodating, super nice to work with.
We did get a noise warning, which is always a measure of success. So.
But even then, it was like, they were still pretty cool about it. They were like, "Hey, shut your."
Well, they also took it
or we'll kick you out. And we were like, "Oh,
yeah." I think they also it was either there or somebody went downstairs and the person at the front desk was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, and the outside patio is still technically open." And then we went and used up the last 10 minutes of their propane. Those of us that
it was good times.
Made the long trip from the room downstairs.
Evermore was fun. Evermore was fun, but I think it wasn't I think it was a little bit less than what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it, and I loved filming in Vander's Keep. Like, that was awesome. And then the Evermore gave us those shirts. That was super cool.
Oh, you mean this one?
That's the one.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
If you're listening to this audio only, come over to this timestamp in the YouTube video, and you can see the shirt. If you didn't see it during the Gathering Madness.
Yeah, that's the language on the top is actual Evermorean. They wrote their own.
I mean, the people there were super nice, super helpful, and they were super down for pretty much whatever we were trying to do. And they were kind enough to give us an hour at the archery range before the park fully opened, which was super cool of them.
And the new Poison Checker Mahale is the one who claimed the title of Two Rivers Sniper this year.
Yeah.
He had the best archery, so the best scores.
Yep, this year.
It's good times.
But he will still always be only the second.
Who did we decide that Jim was the winner of the cocktail contest?
Yeah, no, we did. When we did the Gathering Madness recap.
Yep. So Jim
we had a lot of drinks submitted, but it was by 4 or 5 people. So we couldn't do
two of those are our reigning champions that just come in to punch each other in the face and talk about how much amazing they are at mixology.
Yeah. And Hellcat was there and was able to make their submission right there themselves, and then Tree was kind enough to make the rest of the submissions, which if y'all don't know Tree, you should know Tree, because not only is Tree a fantastic and incredible artist, and you can catch her, I believe she's still does Watchinary over on Way of the Leaf. She's one of the team captains over there that draws for Watchinary, but also she makes incredible drinks. In fact, if you have never had the signature shot of the Black Tower podcast, Tree created it. It is the Asha Amaretto, 1 part Canadian whiskey to 1 part Amaretto.
And it is a shot.
Recommend Disaronno, regular Disaronno. Indian Club's okay, but you can just anything Canadian whiskey.
There's also
the kind of whiskey where if you spill a drop, it tells you sorry, rather than you feeling bad.
Sorry. The kind of whiskey that's almost like maple syrup.
Yeah. The kind of whiskey where you wake up hungover and the bottle is sitting there next to it, and it brings you a bottle of water, and it's like, sorry about that. The kind of whiskey that cares. It's still parties, but it cares. And underneath the label, you wouldn't know that they're responsible for 6 out of 10 of the listed war crimes that are war crimes.
The kind of whiskey that'll call you an Uber for a sober ride home.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It's always neat. Yes. Yes.
Oh, he who comes with the wine was at the Gathering Madness. That was
Oh, it's a Fisher
fantastic.
Black Tower one. Perfect.
I love it.
I don't know why for a second I thought that like his profile picture was like Canadian Club for a second.
So for those of you who've just joined us, just tuned in, we're just recapping some of our favorite highlight moments from season 4. Jordan Con this last year was great. Was super, super fun.
I'll take your word for it.
Daniel, I missed, or Andrew, I missed seeing you there.
Yeah, I was there at least what, Thursday night, Friday night? No, I was there Friday night. I mean, I was there all the nights, but see now every time someone says like you, especially with exclamation points, I just think Soldier Boy.
Yo! WatCon was amazing this year.
WatCon was a lot more fun for me this year. I got to attend 2 days of WatCon instead of one day like last year, and I also didn't catch COVID. I still wound up sick.
We had, which is miraculous, really.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That also means that next WatCon, by the pattern of 2 already, I should be completely healthy and able to attend all of it.
Hopefully. We did have London River she was not an official guest at WatCon, but she did come to WatCon. London. London.
I heard Lemon River, and I'm like,
Lemon River,
like a really bad search category on a certain website.
Different person,
on a website where you could also find more of London River's content.
That's right. Yeah. You wouldn't steal a lemon. Those of you who know that reference.
I'm not the only one. See, wine heard lemon as well.
Oh, shut up, both of you. Fine, I'll take some wine.
Yeah. Lemon River. We don't tell her. We don't send her that clip and be like, "Yeah, you have a new name. Congratulations."
Dude,
I'm not sure that you want the name Lemon River, but
my talk to text on my phone is not working with me lately, and I'm like, wait a minute, am I just like slurring do I need to go get like checked out for like cognitive dementia or something like that?
Are you having like the world's slowest stroke?
Right? Like, what's going on right now? It's craziness.
You've been uber mildly slow stroking.
For like whoa.
The last 4 years.
No, sir. No, it does not speak drunky.
Or no, it does. Whenever you're not drunk, that's the problem.
You've just got to change the language over to it. That's right.
Did you know that if you spill enough shots on your phone, it will forever be drunk? Yeah, no, because WatCon was amazing. We joined the blacktower.net folks. And with a pinning ceremony. It was an abridged pinning ceremony. I think there's going to be a somewhat rehash of that at Jordan Con.
Yes.
I believe. Don't quote me on that. Quote Bill on that, not me. Quote them. Because we were absolutely sure that the innkeeper was like about to start a show, and so went through it like relatively quick to get so that it was done, but also not taking too long. And then we stood there and watched for like another 30 to 45 minutes before Dusty Wheel started at WatCon. So, but tons of fun. It's always good to see so many people come out to like this for fans, by fans, by fans, for fans event focused entirely on the Wheel of Time.
We also had, there was a youth baseball team playing in a baseball tournament, staying at the same hotel.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun partying with them.
Kids were great. Yeah. By the way, completely unrelated. If you're the father of children or the mother of children, just a parent of children, don't be a dick. Especially when the thing that your kids are playing with, I don't know, they don't own, nor do you.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And they'll
We ended
never
up
watch
having a lot
those
of fun
things.
with them though. Even the adults. Like
Oh yeah.
once
By the
I
end of
think
it,
once we
everybody
broke,
came around. Everybody was friends.
yeah,
Everybody
I think
calmed down.
once we broke a little bit of the ice and introduced ourselves, talked to them a little bit, and got to know them. I think everything worked out really well, and I think we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
God, light bless Wolf Brother because he knows how to freaking count
Cornhole.
cornhole points. Because like, dude, that makes no sense to me.
Really?
None. Cornhole points make absolutely. I have no idea.
Well, it's what 1 point for each bag that's fully on the board, and then 3 points. I think if the bag goes through the hole, at whatever point it goes through the hole, whether it gets pushed in, whether you sink it, you get those points. And then if your opponent lands a bag on the board and you have a bag on the board, it negates your point.
Cool. Like, dude, I'm glad what you just said made sense to you. Next time I go play cornhole, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take the bag in my hand. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to take a drink.
It's a fair strat. That's honestly most of the strats that I saw in college.
Reese is picturing all those bags.
All those bags just thunking.
I'm sorry.
Sturdily
Reese
on the board.
Sadai. Reese Sadai.
I'm also looking at the live chat. Which, speaking of, if you haven't already and you've been like, you know what, let's see if these guys make it into their 6th year, aka season 5, before you join the fun over on Patreon, do it. BlackTowerPod.com. There's a link right there where you can check out our Patreon and you can see if the benefits are right for you. One of which is you can listen live when we're recording. And now that we're doing a lot of the unlisted live stream on YouTube, you might be able to watch live with a 5 to 8 second delay,
That's
whatever
true.
YouTube's doing.
That's
these
true.
days.
We're doing the full thing. We're going there, man. We're going there.
If you really want to trip out, listen to us both in the YouTube stream and live on the Discord, because we still do live on the Discord, so that you can at least hear us if you can't
Call
hop
us
into YouTube.
sentimental.
Yeah, we don't want to let go of it.
So the other thing that was kind of cool is season 2. We got season 2 of the TV show. Last week we did.
We did.
Yeah, we did. It's craziness, right?
Hulu,
also,
right?
Shout out and thanks to the production team at the Wheel of Time for coordinating the season 2 finale with the Gathering Madness. We really appreciate you guys cooperating with us on that.
Yeah.
Sorry you guys had to wait for so long for it, but we needed them to coordinate so that we could do the Watt Fantasy League, which that's another thing that was great. The Watt Fantasy League was amazing. Oh my God. Wolf Brother and Maury's Darkhounds took it away.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to season 3. I'm looking forward to us not being second to last in the draft order. So
I will say that's like one of the things that makes the show so much more fun for me is that because they've got, and this is not a bad thing. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but because there is such a vast departure from the source material, we have no clue what's going to happen. We have no clue what's going on or who's going to do what. It's anyone's game. And so this Watt Fantasy League is just so much fun for that very reason.
Yeah. And it makes you invest more in paying closer attention to the characters you drafted on your team, to see whether they get points or not. Unless you're like me and you just forget like what the point categories are whenever it's time to watch the show, and you're just like, I know if my guy stabs and kills somebody else, we get points. And so you just watch for an entire season waiting for Land to finally stab somebody again, only to go 6 episodes where he doesn't stab anyone.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not mad, Lan. I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed. Oh, that was.
Or yeah,
That was.
yeah, or like Wyan said, or if you have Bane and Chiad, who don't show up until episode 7,
And then
but
don't
they
even
did.
do anything until
Yeah.
episode
But
8.
they made up for it a little bit in episode 8. I mean, they did
Little
whoop
bit,
some
yeah.
ass in episode 8. Yeah.
They did. Oh yeah,
Unfortunately,
no,
we
don't get me
don't
wrong.
we don't get points for Lan peeing on a tree.
We
So I
should.
did love at the Gathering Madness when we were doing the watch party that last day on Sunday, and we had the subtitles on, and
Yes.
just like the verbiage they use for some of the subtitles, like he was peeing on the tree and it just said urine trickling. Like, do I know a better way to describe that? Absolutely not. Is it still funny to me how it's described? 100%. Why is it funny? Because I am a child. Absolutely a child. But urine trickles.
Urine trickle. That's like there's a NASCAR racer, Dick Trickle, or used to be. I don't know if he's still around.
Interesting.
Yeah. I used to think, why did his parents hate him? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Contrary to my accent, I didn't know that about NASCAR. Romancing the tree.
That's a sword form I'm unfamiliar with.
Really?
Grain shower. If these are sword forms, I'm going to go back to the commissioner and demand a recount.
You're not familiar with Waters the Evergreen?
Waters the Ogier's Grove.
Yeah.
That one sounds like Loyala's involved, and it does not sound great.
Loyal, sing my tree too. Make it good.
If there's a group on Facebook, Wheel of Shaitan posting, and oh my god,
Who needs Viagra when you have a builder?
They're so freaking hilarious.
Oh.
I don't, Wine, I don't think I can feature that one. For those of you watching, go in the comments and read it.
Jeez. But yeah, so let's see what else. I mean, we did a lot of really fun episodes. We really delved, I think, more into the metaphysics of the Wheel of Time in season 4 than we did in any other season.
Yes. We had a lot of metaphysics episodes.
I am blind, man. I'm hitting the point where I gotta like zoom in on web pages now. This is not good. I swear. Like I have requested another eye appointment to see if I can actually do anything about shit being blurry. We've talked about the Oath Rod and issues with the Oath Rod.
We did. Oh, you know what? One of my favorite episodes actually was when we broke down like what actually is channeling.
Yeah,
that was probably one of my favorite episodes because I've never been able to so definitively sort of outline what channeling is. Yeah. And I loved being able to be like, you know, oh, you just kind of break it down in the physical, the mental, and the spiritual, and really see just how much thought Robert Jordan put into these books. Like, damn, he did a good job.
Well, we also had,
that's true.
As Kari points out, we had an awesome first-time reader on.
That is true.
I'll give you 3 guesses as to who that first-time reader was, and the first 2 don't count.
Hey-oh, you're only going to need one.
Let's see what else. Oh, one of the ones I liked that I thought was like kind of one of the funnier ones because of the stuff we found out, but where we broke down the 100 Loose Theron and the 100 Companions, and now it's forever like Loose Theron and the 113 Companions.
Well, that was also another episode. Like, God, we've had some like pontifications this year.
We did one on the Gin IL as well.
Luz Theron wasn't necessarily an arrogant jerk who thought he could do it all himself. He was
yeah,
a
what was it? It
desperate
was like an episode
man.
about like who did the most harm
Yeah.
in leading up to everything, and it was something like, because I think like the biggest thing that we found out or got reminded of or whatever it was that by the time that Luz Theron actually led the 100 companions against the Dark One, the Choden Call were
Lost.
uh,
Or at least the access
say
keys.
that can't say that, Kari. Plug
Oh,
your
that's
ears,
right.
sorry.
Well, no, that's not actually in the books though. That's
It is.
all outside
Well,
the books.
the things that it would do about the things are in the books.
Yes.
So you see, like,
But
we're starting off season 5 by like using spoiler phrases. We're not telling you what actually happens.
the
You're
point
not really
being,
spoiled on events, but
the point being,
you now maybe know a name that you didn't know before.
the narrative was
We
that
saved it.
Luz that saved it. Yes. High five right here.
Meaning I told myself to shut up before I went too
Andrew.
far.
High five. Other side. Oh.
I'm bad at angles. There we go.
Yeah, we did it. We got it.
Yeah. We talked about that. We talked about the taint. Does it live in the body or the soul?
That's true. We did talk about the taint.
Oh, I'm literally like looking at the list of what we did.
Dude, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun this year. We're gonna have a lot of fun next year too.
Oh.
Speaking of which, do you have your Jordan Con tickets and rooms and flights or driving or whatever?
I have my my ticket and I have my room reserved. I don't have the flights yet. One, because I have time. I would love to go ahead and get them, but I am also trying to pay off my 4-wheeled mode of transportation by the end of the year.
Okay.
So that's kind of where a lot of the focus is, and then of course, getting new tires on the bike has been fun. But I'm hoping that we'll be able to do our quality of life tech upgrade by JordanCon. I don't see any reason why we won't. I think we definitely will be able to. It's not like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I think it's like I think like everything together is like $250, something like that. It's not bad at all.
So if you want to make the Black Tower a better place, be a patron. Which I realize I'm saying this to our live listeners who are all patrons.
But at some point, people who aren't live listeners will listen to this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm looking at us doing is shake dew from the branch. The woodsman tops the sapling. Jesus.
And that's true. As a patron, you do get cool stickers.
You do. And again, if you didn't already hear or you forgot, if you got our Chibi sticker, or if you got one of the Amakamahel stickers, you are now part of a rare club because those will never go out again.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Yeah, so what I'm trying to build for us, when I'm talking about the quality of life upgrade, is basically like a travel kit.
Oh, yeah.
Like an all-in-one package that we can put everything in, as well as like the mics and the batteries and all, and just carry it with us when we go to like JordanCon or WattCon or Gathering Madness. So nobody has to unhook any of our existing stuff, because we almost didn't this year, with the exception being like the adapter for your mixing board or your soundboard, mixing board, whatever it's called. Yeah, the mixer, and then of course the mixer itself. So it's more like a quality of Josh's life upgrade where you don't have to unplug the mixer. So
where I don't have to tear down my personal setup every time we do something live.
Yeah. And I'm trying to also include like a standalone hardwired or hardline mic to kind of go with it, so that if we're doing stuff at JordanCon or whatever, and we want to like let people come by and ask questions or give input or whatever the case is, we don't have to hand around like a lavalier mic or something. It'd just be one.
Yeah.
come up to on the stand and be like, I think you guys are terrible and you should cancel your show right now. And we'll be like, thanks for the input.
Thank you.
No, but nobody heard you
I
because we
will
forgot to
say,
turn the volume up. My bad.
with all of the people talking about sword forms in the chat here, I know it's kind of a funny thing, but we did have Jim from Way of the Heron on one of our panels at the Gathering Madness, and that was exciting because if you're not familiar with his work, he does like sword forms, like that's his main method of content creation, and he's a really cool guy as well. So
yeah,
he's got lots.
Go over and give Way of the Heron a follow and tell him that the Sorvon Mahel sent you so that he can go, who the hell is that? Oh, wait, that's Josh. Just pop up in his comments. The Black Tower sends its regards.
The Black Tower sends its regards.
Yeah. But with that, with us wanting to do more guests this season, that kind of stuff, if you have suggestions, desires, wants in terms of the guests you want to see come on the Black Tower, let us know. We have channels in the Discord specifically for you to give feedback or suggestions. You can add us on Twitter or X or whatever you call it. You can do the same on Blue Sky. You can send us messages. You can email us at blacktowerpod@gmail.com. You can do all of that fun, fantastic stuff to let us know who you'd like to see. Now, when we say who you'd like to see, I mean, obviously, we'd all like to see, like, I don't know, the entirety of the cast come on the Black Tower. And if they want to do that, Rafe, I know that y'all are listening along with the PR team.
So RJ2 is a big fan of the Black Tower.
Yeah. But, you know, let's manage some expectations. If you're like, you guys should have Rosamund Pike on.
Yeah, we should.
I don't know what the chances of that are like, you know.
Look, we had Kate Fleetwood on, and I about died.
So we're definitely game for more, but you know, we can only do what we can do. So if you have like other favorite, you know, like obviously not your favorite because we're your favorite, clearly, obviously, absolutely, unequivocally. But your second or third favorite content creators, you want to see them come on the Black Tower, by all means, let us know. And if you have an idea for shows or whatever you want to see us talk about, even if it's like with that specific content creator or guest or whoever, let us know too. So we read them all. We think about them all. I'm not going to say we're going to do them all. I don't want to commit to saying we're going to do every suggestion. And somebody's like, y'all should compare the penis sizes of all the characters from the Wheel of Time. And we're like,
who has the largest dong? Obviously, Loyal.
No, it's Semesta, clearly. He's got that miracle grow.
I would love to have Alvaro Muerte on. That would be fantastic. What I was going to say is, you know, we are relatively chaotic, so we don't have any trouble coming up with things to talk about. However, if you have seen another content creator out there that you've come across and you've enjoyed, and you want us to hang out with them, and you know, you think it'd be a cool, fun dynamic, shoot us a message. Let us know. If you want to have us talk about a particular subject, shoot us a message. Let us know. I was actually discussing this with a person on Blue Sky the other day, and they were like, has anybody seen the Wheel of Time TV show? I need to understand a couple things. And I jumped on. I was like, hey, I would love to answer some questions for you. One of their biggest things was, what is the freaking deal with the white cloaks? Yeah. And I said, hey, that's a really good question.
Kari's over here trying to get me in trouble. I have a girlfriend, and you want us to bring Avienda on? Like, I don't know if I have enough hide to survive entertaining.
But you know, so as a result, we're going to do a deep dive on the white cloaks because we've never done a deep dive on the white cloaks.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's coming.
More first-time reader content. All right. Relationship has their hall passes. More shiny. My significant other grew up in Detroit, which isn't to say that Detroit is anti-hall pass. I just know that it's very pro kick my ass. So, I choose life. All right. But yeah. More tangents. Can definitely do that. Let's see. I saw another one. Oh, so this one, the golden rainfall. Damn. Let's see. More shoddy has already suggested more Wheel of Time website folks. So like people from Encyclopedia Watt, Dragamount, Theoryland, Tarvalin.net, etc. We can definitely give it a shot. I don't know what definitely not popular YouTuber made Theoryland or is very active with Theoryland that we could possibly ever reach out to and speak to.
Was that yokel that showed up at Gathering Madness?
Yeah. One of the mini
that
hackers.
guy? What's his name?
Yeah.
It's not like he's a character in the books or anything.
Something Matthew Hutchin, Starsky and Hutch. I don't know.
We should definitely. Hey, Matt, when you see this, first off, know that we have all the love in the world for you. Also, know that we need to have you back on so we can get to some of those questions. You know what I'm talking about?
Plan it ahead of time, and yeah, also give people plenty of chances to send in questions to ask you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. That's gonna be great. We'll see if we can get the innkeeper to leave his inn.
Yeah, and then we've had Jason on about Dragon Mountain. That was actually the first big one we did about like how Dragon Mountain kind of got its start and how things are different now. Because both you and Jason bonded over how you remember the very first computer.
Listen here, you shithead.
I remember when 6 megs of RAM took up an entire industrial park. But no, it was cool. It was cool to learn about all that.
We do need more background breakdowns. So if you guys have ideas for background breakdowns, like
let us know what characters that y'all like to see.
Let us know what characters.
And talk more about.
Throw them in our Discord. If you are not a member of our Discord, I am going to post a link in the live chat right now. You can go to. I'm looking around my camera right now. Invite.
He's making an invite. Let's see. But I don't think we've talked with any of the Encyclopedia Watt people. Definitely not on the podcast yet. So I'd love to do that. Tarvalon.net should definitely be doable. We might even be able to bring some of the Blacktower.net folks on. Kind of do a tour of the origins of the .coms and .nets.
You know what? We're going to put the link in the description below. That's where we're going to put the link because it's not wanting to cooperate with me now. Is it? Or if you go to our blacktowerpod.com, our website, the link is there.
There's a Discord invite link in the description below. If it doesn't work, please shoot us a message. Let us know that it's not working as an invite to the Discord so that we can refresh it with a new one because every once in a while they stop working. And there's no way of knowing because if you're already in the Discord and you click it, even if it's one that doesn't work to invite new people in, it still works for you. Yeah, no, that'd be great. Seeing bring the beer tugger on. Rapid fire quiz show. Hosted and judged by Morshadi.
One just wants to see Morshadi be obnoxious.
The judged by, I feel like Morshadi spends enough time judging us.
I was about to say he judges us all the time.
That's like 80% of his role here is to judge us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, see, exactly. That's it. Also, Morshadi, I love your little icon, dude. There, you got like a Super Saiyan bow tie, knife wielding, les bon temps brûlés, like motif. I love it. It's great.
But yeah, so
Um,
that's what's kind of on the docket right now, moving forward into season 5. More guests, because we didn't really do a ton of guests, especially early on for last season and season 4. So we want to do more guests. We want to expand what guests we're having on. Try someone who's worked with more shotties than Judgment Israel. I believe it.
it's too good.
And we want to involve all of you more. And that's not just the patrons, but definitely includes the patrons, because y'all make a lot of stuff very possible for us. And we love you for it, absolutely. We don't love you just for your money. We love you for all of your support, both emotional and financial. Mainly the money. It puts gas in our yachts that we so clearly have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm running 93 octane in my yacht. High performance. But yeah. No, we want to do more, involve the community more than we have before.
Yeah.
Though I'd like to think
I
that
think
we try to
that's
keep the community pretty engaged and pretty involved with what we're doing, and giving input on what we're going to do in the future, or at least be able to submit suggestions, that kind of stuff. We really want to push for more of that here in season 5. Do more of that here in season 5. Maybe that's it. Maybe
yes.
season 5 is the season of the community.
Ooh, I was gonna say I think that's a really great sort of theme, because the community is why we're here. Why we're here is the Wheel of Time, but why we've stayed is the community. Came for the Wheel of Time, stayed for the most amazing people that we've met, the best friends that we've made, and it's been great. So absolutely, if you are out there and you're already listening to the show, you're already in the Discord, and other people who have ideas that want, shoot, I'd really like to hear more about, this. Cool, like shoot us a message. Like, let's do this, man. Let's have a crowd sourced season 5.
Yeah,
Season 5.
come up with all the ideas for us.
The community.
Save our gray matter some effort.
I love how we're just trying to tiptoe around the fact that we're being super lazy about coming up with our own content.
Yeah, it'd be like we do have several ideas that are still left over that we didn't get to in season 4, and we've still got more cooking around in the noodle. I mean, just before, or just in the early part of talking this episode, we came up with 4 or 5. And even then, as we move into year 6, it's absolutely reasonable for us to revisit stuff that we talked about in the first episode. It would not be bad on our part to do another episode on Murdral. It was only our second episode ever. The Black Tower's second episode ever was Murdral. That was back whenever I used the Yeti Snowball microphone, and I don't like going back and listening to how absolute dog shit quality that audio was.
Maybe we could go back and do, because I know this year's focus for the reread is going to be the Shadow Rising. Maybe instead of doing one for the whole year, we could do one a month. And at the end of the month, we could do a rehash of the book. So November, we do Eye of the World. December, we do The Great Hunt. January, and we kind of go around. And because I know we've done our book reviews before, but it'd be kind of fun to see. That was 5 years ago. It'd be kind of fun to see, what's changed, what things have contrasted, what things are different. Because what's one of the things about these books that we all love so much is that they change with us, they grow with us. Me as a broody, angsty young teenage boy, I was all about that Rand energy, man. I was, I have to be there for all my friends, and oh my god, I just totally identify with Rand. And
looking real season 2 right there. You're only missing the Clint Eastwood stare.
And
no, not Black Tower season 2. Wheel of Time TV.
Oh, right. Yeah. And then as I'm older,
Speaking
I'm like,
I know you got something on your arm that you haven't shown.
Oh,
definitely should.
Okay,
it is super sick.
so
it's not
this
Wheel of Time, but
it's not Wheel
on
of
the Sword
Time.
of Almahel, so pretty much.
But this is my brother and I, and those of you who went to the Gathering Madness, you got to meet him. The new Poison Checker Mahale. He is a TV show watcher. He has never read the books, but he and I went out and got brother tattoos. This is it's not healed yet; it's still flaking a little bit. But this is a medieval knight armor combined with a sort of stormtrooper-esque look. And he's got red for Commander Fox. I've got blue for Commander Rex. And yeah, super cool. I'm super in love with it. I love it so much.
Is it Commander Oedipus Rex?
Got your Oedipus right here. Come get some.
I mean, categorically, you wouldn't have my Oedipus. So
touche.
I've read the story and been horrified by it for many years. So yeah, no, I like this idea that that Smack had. I like all the ideas, honestly, that have been put forth. But Smack had the idea, like mentioned, sneak peek episodes, which I think is a great idea for us to try to do for patrons. And we have talked to some degree something to that nature. We're still talking about it, and we'll see exactly what we do with that. And patrons, you'll definitely see that. And if you want to see that in sometime in the ambiguous future, because there's no deadline on it quite yet. Again, $1 a month, you can do it. It's like the 4th time we plugged the patron. I think it's really worth it.
That's true.
We're a little biased, but we think it's really worth it. But
I'll give you a life hack. If you do an annual subscription, it's less than $1 a month.
Oh yeah, it's like $10.80 for a year at the family member level.
Yep.
So it's like just under $11. But so his idea was a sneak peek, as in what future plans for Black Tower we have updated quarterly or so that can be revealed. Obviously, some surprises can remain, but like what to expect episode or what to look forward to. So we can do that. We're like, hey, coming forward, we're gonna have in this quarter episodes and we can reveal 4 or 5 of the episodes maybe coming up that we have planned topics for. We have planned guests. We can reveal hey, and some episode coming up, we're going to have these people. So there's still a bit of a surprise. You don't know when the episode's coming. You don't know what episode the person or people are going to be guest on. That kind of stuff. I like that. And I think that's a good idea to do something directly for patrons. And that may also be included in what we were kind of already thinking about. So just a couple more things to go over for that before we go on. Whenever I finally turn I don't know, 75 and finally decide that I want to read Newspring before I perish, that'll be the first upload for the Black Tower podcast in 20 years at least. And it'll be me finally reading Newspring.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Look, I'm excited. You guys, let me.
Yep.
Andrew's just doing his part to give Carrie a taste of how it feels to be a member of the community.
Yeah.
That's very considerate of you, Andrew.
Yeah. You make all these jokes, but the joke's on y'all because I still have more Wheel of Time to read. What more Wheel of Time do you have to read?
Ooh, the season 3 script. Oh,
well, it depends which draft and which writer.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how many. I wonder how many cunnilingus and fingerbang scenes were cut out of season 2 and season 3. Because there's at least one of each cut out of the first episode of season 1.
Yeah.
So
we'll get to that. We'll talk about that next week. That's next week's
don't
episode.
worry. We'll get to the finger bang and the cunnilingus eventually. We'll get to it. Don't you worry.
Cunnilingus.
Don't you
It's
worry
the
about
Colonel.
that, honey.
If I overstay my welcome,
You may be a master debater, but I'm a cunning linguist.
Just tap me on the head. No, I like all your ideas. Here's what I was going to say. I like all your ideas.
That movie the other day.
I like that you guys have posted these. Some of these ideas are absolute fire. Like, please put them in the Discord. It is under the topic recommendations.
Well,
it is.
By the way, I have no excuse to not go and see the notes, but I have access to the notes because I am a University of South Carolina alumni. So,
are you really?
Yeah, no, I graduated from the University of South Carolina.
Columbia, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where my bachelor's degree is from.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. It's also like horrible that I've been doing this podcast for now going into the 6th year, and I have never once taken advantage of it to see the notes.
Damn, dude, what the hell's wrong with you?
I live 5 hours away from Columbia, which means I live 6.5 hours from Charleston. And I don't want to go by myself. You know what we should do? Depending on what leave looks like for the both of us after WatCon. It's a long ride because you still have to ride all the way back to Utah. But if you can work it out, after WatCon, you should ride back with me and we'll take some time and go down to the archive.
I am immediately in love with this idea.
Worst case scenario, we'll figure it out some other time. But if there was a time for you to ride the bike to North Carolina / South Carolina when you're already in Ohio, like that's the
time to do it.
The only worrying part, honestly, is like the long ass ride back to Utah.
I mean,
which is like both exciting, but we'll make sure
you
have
what I was going to do anyway.
Set, some fuses, some electrical tape. A little bit of octane boost.
I was gonna do it anyway, so
Yeah, that could be a cool trip, for sure.
What the
what?
Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah. Annual pilgrimage just to read another box.
Hey,
I know you mean like another box of notes. That's not what I thought. I thought like reading tea leaves or reading people's palms, and I'm like. It's a good way to die. Again, remember, child. I'm a child in the brain.
That is true. I'm seeing a comment that's popped up that isn't showing up.
Yeah. Generally, you can't take pictures or videos of that kind of stuff. I think you can like bring in like a notepad and take like your own notes as like reference and research material, but. No, you can't take pictures because then it defeats the purpose of them holding it in an archive. But I think at the same archive, I think there's also like some memorabilia there on display as well. I think that you can take pictures of. There was somebody that went last year or year before, and they were able to gain access.
Yeah, no. So they every once in a while, what they do is they pull them out and they say, "Hey, yeah, you can, check it out." We should be able to go in. What I bet we can do if we plan it far enough in advance, I'll bet we'll be able to go down there and you can say, "Hey, I'm a University of South Carolina alum. I want to come in and see the notes. We have a podcast. We want to do a show about it." Isn't that? And at bare minimum, we should be able to do like a video before, like a before and after kind of a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Handwriting is good enough for me to at least read what I wrote 80% of the time. I've found it like I have this like lazy drag with writing where like it's not cursive, but I'll drag letters together where it like looks like some pseudo cursive version of writing.
My handwriting is great. I'm just lazy. No, but so at the worst case scenario, we would schedule an appointment. We could film a little bit beforehand, go in, see the notes, take a look at things, and then come back out, do an after, and just
I'm
have
hoping they would like let me bring like you in as like a guest or something like that. But I'm not sure. Again, this is like a spurt of the moment idea. It's something we still got to look into, see the logistics of all that kind of stuff, which obviously
I'm
we'll figure
excited
out
for it, though.
well before WatCon. And worst case scenario, we'll make it a fucking trip to Charleston, and you can like, because you've never been to Charleston, South Carolina, have you?
We could also do.
Could just
I've
hang
never
out
been to Charleston. No.
Yeah, we can hang out in Charleston, so you could see like the city that Robert Jordan lived in, which has a really cool historic district, along with some really cool. If you're into like ghost stories and stuff like that, really cool like haunted stories and that kind of stuff. Which I would earnestly believe. Well, no, never mind. That is not a Brandon, not a Robert Jordan thing. That was a Brandon thing, and it'd also be a spoiler for me to mention more about it.
What if? Hear me out. Gathering Madness 2024. Charleston,
South
tour.
Carolina.
Like, I know it's North Carolina, but it's North Carolina because that's where you are. Like, if we're still within the realm, I feel like that's.
I mean, I'm from South Carolina, so we can definitely frame it. Bro, I'm liking this idea.
All right. Well, you know what, everybody? We're going to talk more about that. It's going to be awesome. Because if there's one thing that we do at the Black Tower, where we get bigger and we get better. And Morshadi, don't even start with me. We're giving you a whole ass year to plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a half ass.
I want you to go open up a bank account right now and have $10 from every paycheck go into that bank account and start saving right now. Because you son of a bitch, if you miss this one, I will hold it. I will take it personally.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was going to say, because if there's one thing we do at the Black Tower, it is we're growing. We're always growing. We're always trying to be bigger and better. We want to match and outpace the White Tower because, they've been around for 3,000 years, right? We've just been around for a couple of years now, and we want to leave our mark. So we, as the Black Tower, we want to grow. We want to continue. We recognize that, we need your help to do that. And so that's kind of why we're excited going into season 5 and having a lot of sort of crowdsourcing ideas and trying to really kind of tap you guys. Like, what do you want? What do you want to see? What kinds of things do you want the Black Tower to cover, to go for and enjoy? And what's gonna get you guys engaged? What kinds of things is gonna make you want to tune in and thirst for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If the FOMO was never higher, imagine it sounds so mean to say, but imagine the FOMO of like the Gathering Madness being in Charleston, South Carolina. With that obviously comes the disclaimers. There's no guarantee that we can go to the House of Jordan.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that we can do anything like that. But just being in Charleston is pretty cool. It's a bit of an homage in itself.
We're the Black Tower.
Yeah. Obviously, we're gonna try. We're gonna ask. We're gonna see. Now, if like 30 people show up for the Gathering Madness, one, we'd be thrilled. But
yeah, this year we had like a dozen.
30 people
turned out pretty good.
Like the House of the Dragon, like the actual House of the Dragon, not the TV show. I don't think that would happen.
Even if you know what, honestly, even if we go to the gate, I wonder if you know what, we're not going to talk anymore about that because I've got ideas happening in my brain pan right now.
It's a good thing that this is a live stream so that all the ideas that are in chat are recorded and we can always go back and pull them up. It's not the old days of like talk radio where if you didn't write it down, it's gone forever.
Right. Because who's got time for that?
But yeah. So yeah, like definitely our intent, our desire is big. We want to always be getting, always work towards being better, getting bigger, so we can do bigger and better stuff, do more fun stuff, that kind of thing. That's one of the big reasons why we always ask for community feedback, because you guys are a massive part of what makes the Black Tower podcast. The Black Tower podcast are a massive part of why we've been able to do this continually and enjoy it and build a community over the last 6 years, as we move fully into the 6 year. And we want to, we want to listen to what you all have to say, take in the feedback, and apply as much of it as we reasonably can, um, as we can. So please don't ever hesitate to send us like an idea or a suggestion. We're never going to come back and be like, it's stupid unless you're more shoddy. We'll just tell you like it's stupid if it's you.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's
He's got
different,
a special place.
That's in the contract that we have with more shoddy. So
also, we're not afraid of you guys saying things like, "Hey, that was not cool." Like, you guys
let
need
us
to
know.
really improve that.
Yeah. We got fairly thick skin. We're not going to be like offended. We're gonna we take it as constructive criticism. If you're an
We
absolute
actually take
asshole
it as
about
a
it, then we'll just be like,
yeah.
okay. Like we'll laugh about it. We'll also probably still like look into it and be like, okay, is that actually like something we should worry about or not? But we'll still laugh at it if you're an asshole. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, and we actually take it as a huge compliment because it says that you care enough about, us and our brand and our content that you want us to present something good to people out there. And so we're more than happy to hear you guys say, "Hey, this could have been done a little bit better. This could have been handled a little bit better." So
yeah,
it's awesome. You guys are awesome. We're happy that you're here. Season 4 was a huge success. Season 5 is going
it's a huge
to be
success because
even
we
better.
somehow didn't get canceled yet.
One more year without a cancellation that stuck. Because we have been canceled. Like, I think we're the only show that's been canceled and it didn't stick. Oh, yeah. I'm going to put it in the private chat right now because I don't want it to, like, rear its ugly head.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember this. I remember individual comments.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh. Yeah. Well, that was more of an individual that something happened without any conversation about it.
The Black Tower stands firm, and we stand together.
Yeah, and others don't. I'm pretty. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave it like that.
That's what I'm saying. Drop it.
Because we are nice.
Hi.
We are nice people, mostly in public.
Thanks so much for being here, guys. Thanks so much for because we recognize by and large that season 4 is a ginormous success because of you guys. We look forward to the ginormous success that season 5 has in store for us. Again, because of you guys, and we're excited. We're excited.
And if you listen to this episode and you're like, these guys didn't talk about Wheel of Time at all. I mean, in a roundabout way we did, because we're Wheel of Time podcast and we talked about what we're doing moving forward and engaging the community and inviting in the feedback and the involvement that y'all have been so kind to grow and give us over the past 5 to 6 years, and continue to do so. And that being said, if you want to hang back and just continue to enjoy listening and occasionally chatting with us, or just listening, or just even just using us as a way to just talk shit at work, by all means, do so. Have fun. You're not going to hurt our feelings. We appreciate you. But if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're not already subscribed and you like at least overall what you see on the channel, please do subscribe. Like the videos you see, because it does help us out a ton. Don't be afraid to leave comments on this, or if you're listening to the podcast in audio format, please don't be afraid to leave a review. be honest with the review. We're not going to pander and ask everybody for 5-star reviews, 4-star reviews. Be honest about what you like, what you don't like. Leave an honest review, because we would hate for us to have a perfect score on like Apple Podcasts, and then a bunch of people hop in to listen to it, and it's not their cup of tea because they didn't get honest reviews. We want a community that earnestly enjoys being here and enjoys what we do, or at least tolerates what we do. Because I think a lot of it is tolerance. So there's a fair bit of tolerance in putting up with the Black Tower podcast. But we love you all. And next week we'll be resuming our normal Wheel of Time style content. Though you may see a little bit of a weird hiccup in upload order, because I believe this episode that we're recording right now will be coming out actually this Friday. So which Friday is that? I'm dumb and I don't have the calendar up. The 3rd of November. Which is not the episode that's normally scheduled to come out, because we record a week and a half or so in advance. But given the nature of things being as they are, this will be the episode that comes out this Friday, and then the next episode that comes out the following Friday, I guess, will be last week's episode. The last one we recorded. Maybe.
I don't
know. We'll figure it out. But this one will be out this Friday. So that we go ahead and address all the time-sensitive stuff and the newest announcement, and all that fun stuff. But we're going to quit rambling on here so that we're not wasting any more of your time as you just listen to us talk for an hour and a half about ourselves and what we want to do and how much we want you guys to give us input. For those of us here at the Black Tower podcast, we encourage you to check out more of our stuff. Again, that's blacktowerpod.com for all of your stuff. Black Tower Podcast, including Patreon, Discord, merch, all that fun stuff, as well as pictures from the events we have attended over the past year or so. And we'll be getting the pictures from the Gathering Madness uploaded there here very shortly. But thank you all so much for listening, especially if you made it all the way through our rambling. Can't wait to see you again. Can't wait to talk about the Wheel of Time again and enjoy Season 5. I have been your Bajan Mahal Andrew.
And from all of us here at the Black Tower, I have been your Sorvan Mahal Josh. And we thank you for listening. We thank you for subscribing and hitting the like button. Any bit of engagement helps us, and it supports the Black Tower. And it supports us making a better show for you guys. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's dose of Taint. And wherever we are, we hope that you leave here just a little bit more insane than you were when you first arrived. I'm trying to find the outro. Where's the outro? There it is.
The shadows, always watching, always running the show. In the tower, you can bring your pain. In the tower, you can feel the strain. You've been having so much trouble just fitting